Hi, I'm Bowen Cairns.
And I'm Greg Dunlap.
And you are about to watch Group X of the semifinals at Pinburgh 2012 with Trent Augustine, Joshua Henderson, Josh Sharp, and Carl D'Angelo. You know anything about these guys?
Well, certainly Trent and Josh Sharp are longtime tournament players. I've been playing with those guys since I started playing tournaments practically. Joshua Henderson is, of course, our 16-year-old wonderkind.
Yeah, he won the B Division last year at Papa.
Yeah.
And just been sweeping through and climbing the ranks of the players, and
absolutely,
he is a force to be reckoned with. I don't think he's surprising anybody anymore.
No, that's right. I mean, you know, it used to be for a while. It's like, who's that kid out there? But I think everybody's
like,
used
hey,
to seeing Josh
I get to play an 11-year-old sweet, and then he kicks you. He kicks you all over the place, and now you don't feel that way anymore.
No.
And you said you just saw Carl D'Angelo play for the first time recently.
Yeah, I don't think I had ever. I mean, I might have played with Carl in B Division at Papa a couple of times, but I don't think I'd ever really met him until this year's Rose City Showdown, when he played incredibly well. But one of the things I certainly most noticed about him was that in multiple situations he was way behind as last player on ball 3 in a 4-player game, and just came back in a storm and won incredibly solidly. I mean,
over and over again, he seems completely unfazed by whatever challenges are out there. Down by a billion, no fear.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I literally saw him come back from that much on a Corvette game in the finals. It was fantastic to watch. He's really great.
So we're about to watch them play Lord of the Rings. A pretty challenging game, and definitely a game where knowing the rules can help you a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially in the multi-balls, like for instance in Return of the King multi-ball. I've been playing Lord of the Rings since it came out, and I only recently learned about the rule where if you shoot the jackpots in order, then the multipliers increase on your next round.
Absolutely,
things like
and
that.
Even things like mode selection, where you can make your mode easier or harder depending on your own flipping.
Right. Knowing to choose where the ends so that you can crank up your Return to the King multi-ball progress and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So let's get started. We're going to watch these guys play Lord of the Rings as we start Group X, the semifinals at Pinburgh.
Josh Henderson will lead us off in Group X action. And, let's never talk about that again.
Please. Interestingly enough, Josh chose not to go for the Orthang skill shot to progress towards Path of the Dead and Return to the King multi-ball, which I would say is a questionable choice, but whatever.
Yeah, there's 3 skill shots on Lord, and the player can select which one by the time of their first pull. So you'll actually probably see some players pull a short plunge just to lock in which one they're going for, then fire the ball correctly. Josh basically just stepped up and fired the ball all the way around. And he seems to be going for a mode start.
Yep.
But just firing the ball up at the ring, and whatever it starts, it starts. I don't think he's really trying for a specific mode. Also,
no, I don't see any indication. You can change what mode is ready to go by flipping the left and right flippers to choose it up at the ring, and I see no indication that he's doing that at all.
Well, he's keeping the ball alive at least, and he's got Boromir, so all is well in the world. There's a good shot there from the left loop to get souls, and if you can make it to 5,000 souls, you will like the Return to the King multi-ball, and you got about 800 there, so that takes many shots.
Yes, it does.
To get Return to the King.
Right, and when starting modes, what you'll see a lot of players do is choose to start the War of the Ents mode in order to open up shots towards Return to the King multi-ball, which that one does. But again, there you didn't see him trying to get a specific mode lit or anything, so he just seems to be trying to collect through.
And he got one lit, but it's board battle, which it could be worth a lot of points there. And oh my goodness!
What was that? Oh my God! So it looked like it just flew off the ramp as it came around.
Over the ramp, over everything, nothing but drain.
That's brutal.
It's an unforced error on the part of the machine.
Yeah.
So it's Josh Henderson 1, Lord of the Rings machine 0 through 1 ball, but unfortunately it counts as a drain.
Yeah.
That's mechanical action, baby.
Trent Augustine is up now. You can see he took that skill shot that I was talking about, and is now trying to start a mode. I'd be willing to bet this is not the last time we'll see that.
Yeah, that center shot is just really positioned nastily. And Josh Sharp, wow, he drained very similarly. Actually, did start to lure the ends around. That's going to burn pretty badly.
I didn't even see what happened there.
So
It fell into the hole.
hit the ring, start the mode, and then it came back down over the edge of the ramp and immediately found its way over to the left outlane area where it was basically unsavable.
Wow.
And it was almost like, you shoot that ring and it announces you're starting the mode and you just kind of get to relax and watch it animate for a little while. But instead, second and a half later, ball.
Wow. This is some weird drain. Now we have Carlo Angelo up. He's also started more at the ends, and he's doing exactly what I'm sure Trent and Josh would have loved to do, which is just backhand back and into the ends, get half of the dead, collect souls, and score some points on this mode, which is actually worth really good points.
It's a nice backhand shot. Nice shot there, reflex. Backhand into the Orthanc tower. It's open for the ends. This is basically a repeatable shot. You can time it.
Yeah, it's not the easiest shot to repeat on the fly. From a catch, it's really simple.
By doing so, he's got 3 shots already, and each one of these shots is picking up souls. Looks like there he was going for the lock for 2 towers.
Yeah.
Probably going to backhand it in. 500 towers again, and more souls.
That's right. 33, 35, 36. He needs 5,000 to start to light Return of the King multiball, and he's well on his way.
So his play here is super bad, right?
He's super bad, super great, it's perfect.
He's got soul. He's super bad. And there's the end of the round. Carl D'Angelo finishing it all the way. Damn, that's a good score.
Yeah, it is. And he will probably have Return of the King multi-ball lit at the end. There it is right there.
So now any hole will start Return of the King multi-ball. It's not that hole, but any hole shot back in the game, start that.
He also got a gift of the elves for finishing that mode, which is one on the left there. You can see it flashing lit. Anytime you finish a mode or a multi-ball, you get one of those bonuses. They're all very good. And he has super ring frenzy anytime you shoot something.
Say again, what do you have to do to get the gifts lit?
You have to finish a mode or a multi.
Wow. And finishing a multi-ball means
it's the rules are different. What that constitutes for each multi-ball is different for each one. So in Return of the King, the rules for these multi-balls are really intricate, and I have to be honest, I always forget how this one works. So I'm a bit new.
yeah, there's these 7 levels. Carl's working on first level, and if you can get through all 7 levels, you eventually will get a super jackpot that will count as
Right.
it is really difficult. And the 7 levels are because the city of Minas Tirith in the book and the movie has 7 levels.
I'm so glad you did this game. In the other multi-balls, though, are as much work in Fellowship of the Ring. You've got to save all of the members of your party from the Balrog, which involves shooting the Balrog and one of the ramp shots. 10 times? 9 times?
9 times, 1 for each of the fellowships. 9 times.
That's right.
And they cross in the game in the same order that they cross in the movie.
That's
Again,
right.
just one of these crazy little touches of love that's been given to this game that makes it very faithful to
Carl's having some problems. Oh, there he is. Picking up this last jackpot here, but got it.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't normally think of the left ramp as the hard shot.
No, that's the easy shot.
And he was having a lot of trouble. 4 or 5 tries to get there. Once you finish all 4 jackpots, they'll relight again for a higher value. And Carl, unable to cash in very much out of the second level. He did just get the gift.
That's right.
And he got super ring frenzy.
So in Ring Frenzy or Super Ring Frenzy, you want to collect each of these shots up to 3 times. Every shot gives you an amount that builds in a jackpot up at the top ring.
And if you hit the ring, you're going to end the round and collect the value. Right now it's 1.9 million if Carl shoots the ring. But by shooting the right ramp and finishing the 3 shots in that ramp, he adds to the value. It also adds a multiplier. It's 2x, 3x, 4x, or 5x, depending on how many of these shots you can actually complete during the round.
And so it's always this this balance and this fight between wanting to build that value, but also the fact that you're working against a timer. And if the timer runs out, then your big ring value dies. You lose it. You can't collect it. So you always have to fight between wanting to build it up higher, but also wanting to have enough time to collect your bonus.
And it's 4 seconds now. He's got to hit his shot, either the side ramps or the ring. 3.
Oh, look at that!
Oh.
Wow!
Toronto was getting a little pissed there. 1, shoot it out! He did it. What was that?
Did it.
8 million for that
8 million.
shot?
That was huge.
Man.
I mean, that was like a third of his score, right?
Third of
That
his
one
score,
shot.
and frankly, a crusher compared to what everyone else has.
Absolutely.
The other players know how to get this. They can get there too, but Carl's really putting on a show here with 22 million already on ball 1.
Oh,
And that's a difficult shake save. Oh, we maybe could have got that back, but really great ball by Carl. Over 23 million on ball 1, and we'll pass it back around to Josh Henderson, who has 2 million through his first ball.
I mean, that score alone would be very respectable, and probably guarantee you at least a second in most situations.
I would have a lot of respect for that.
So,
Josh, again, we saw him miss the skill shot,
yeah.
and not to harp on it, but it's 3 points. Really, it's like a million and a half plus. Plunging or thank gives you souls.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even care about the money from the skill shot. The souls are the big deal there.
That's true.
Because your chances to get souls outside of War of the X are really limited, and that multi-ball is gigantic. You got to get it to be able to get to destroy the ring. You know.
And if you can get it all, you'll get a very high bonus on ball 3.
That's right.
For your progress in that return. So there's really a lot more points in it than the word would suggest.
I really think that Josh probably doesn't know the rules of this game very well. I saw that he just shot up to the ring when he had no mode lit, for instance, which is, I mean, pointlessly dangerous, to be honest.
That's 62,000 points. No? Not worth it?
I
Probably
don't-
not worth it.
I don't think
No,
so.
definitely not worth it. So where should Josh be going right now?
I would probably be focusing on getting 2 towers multi-ball. You get that by spelling the word keep in the in and out lanes, and then shooting the right ramp to lock the balls.
Okay. I agree. I think he's got a little bit of progress towards Return of the King. Not enough progress towards Fellowship. Yeah, 2 towers is pretty makeable with the accuracy of the shooting that we usually see. You don't see table with it.
Now, does he have an extra ball?
Lit. He lit that through, I think, shots into the tower.
Into the tower, it looks like.
So
yeah.
it's like 8 tower shots, lights an extra ball. Now
Wow.
that's a serious award potential here.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and maybe we're saying he's not making the right shots. Maybe he could have had this in mind all along.
I mean,
and it's a crusher to get that extra ball at 5 million.
I suppose. I mean, you know, a lot of those missed ring shots would have dribbled into the tower, and then, you know, he was shooting up the left. But I mean, the thing about that extra ball is I think the extra ball in tournament mode is 5 million points. That's very good points. But on the other hand, it's always only 5 million points. Whereas if you get a multi-ball going with a mode, you know, you're not
you
only
earn that 5 million and then some from the points in the multi-ball plus the bonuses.
and
plus
then you're progressing towards getting destroy the ring, and you know, I mean, you know, that 5 million isn't anything to be sneezed at all. I mean, it's like 20% of the score right now. But on the other hand, it doesn't. It's a
not just competing against Carl, but the other 2.
yeah.
And that was a nice catch out of the Luca there by Trent. He had a nice right out lane shake too. Playing a good ball here, and it seems flipping flippers. What he's doing there is lining up. Wow!
Ouch!
I gotta say, I think he must have misjudged that because he didn't really make an effort to shake save that.
No, he
Must have
didn't.
thought it was in the handle.
Yeah.
Handling the inline reason.
It's surprising to see Trent doing so poorly this game. In the last round, he utterly and completely destroyed this game. He put a 95 million up. That if you're learning to play Lord of the Rings, that video is well worth watching. It's like a master class in this game.
You would say he destroyed the ring?
Yes, I would.
And actually, he did
He
destroy,
did destroy the ring. That's right.
On his way to 95 million. And this is just outstanding.
And now to see him here, sitting here with what, 2 or something like that, it's unbelievable.
It hasn't been a good start for Trent, but there's still another goal to go.
Yeah.
So he could nail ball 3.
Josh has started the spider mode, and
Back to Sheebop.
that's right. And we'll see where he can get anything out of it. I would have expected that he was trying to stack a multi-ball on top of this, but he doesn't really have anything set up. So maybe given the way that the other players are going, maybe he just had a mode lit and he decided to try and get some points out of it.
Yeah, Shelob is that was a nice save there.
Yeah.
Centering Shelob times out. It's a mode where you can earn points just by itself, and I've often seen players use it to advance rings of men.
Sure.
Which, if you get 9 rings of men, the red rings, you like Gollum multi-ball. But you're right, if he had been closer to a multi-ball at this point, it would make sense to get that. Looks like Josh is trying to backhand it up the right ramp.
Yeah, and that's usually a pretty easy shot, but he's having some trouble.
That's his first Souls collection. So, unlike Carl, Josh is pretty far away from getting the Souls. So, yeah, a lot of those rings in. Yeah, and Josh gives the game a nice little salute
As he drains out that left out.
drains out the left out lane. A little too much side-to-side action there, and he didn't make a catch out of the loop. Well, side-to-side action tinted over there to the left. So probably, I would say, he avoided that. Here's Carl at 23.6 million. This is an unusual situation to be in the player, where you have a big lead and you're just like, the thing that you want to do here is let down.
That's right.
This is where you want to pretend that you're 20 million behind
Yeah,
instead of
just
20 million ahead.
play your heart out and try and crank this.
He's got Gollum ready, so I would start the Gollum here and work on the chest. Oh, that was bad news. Just hit the slingshot in exactly the wrong place there, sending it into no man's land. That would have been a tough recovery.
Yeah. I usually try and stack Gollum with something else, but I don't remember what kind of progress he had towards those other things, so I'm not really sure where he
You might have had
one tower lock.
one tower lock, and about half progress towards fellowship. I sometimes will use Gollum to try and finish fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the freedom to shoot at whatever you want. Fellowship tells you what to shoot for. For example, right now for Josh, he's supposed to shoot the right loop for fellowship.
Right.
But shot the right ramp towards keep, which is not a bad decision. Actually, he's closing in on Return to the King multi-ball also. Just under 5,000 souls. So one more shot to do it.
And he's of course still got that 5 million point extra ball sitting there.
Yeah, and you don't get it by pulling in from the back like that. You have to shoot it in from the front. He's going for the left loop there.
If he can start a
Put it
multi-ball,
in that hole, man, right there. 5 million. No.
if he can start a multi-ball, he'd probably be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, and multi-balls you get it from either side, so you
nice
don't
save
you
there.
just basically have a guarantee at that point. Here, that's 2 blocks. No, that's 1 block. Sorry. He's closing in on return to king. There was a temper shot there. So a little bit of a reduced he's not being very accurate with his shots right now.
Seems like he might
Again,
be
shooting for the ring there, where I guess he may be going for fellowship, but picking one strategy and going for one thing and keeping at it is really what you have to do on board. Him being this close to, and there's a drain, but being that close to Return of the King multi-ball,
yeah.
that you have to keep focused on that.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, banging away on the ring, there's no way, it's only a matter of time before you drain exactly like he did there.
Yep, and he had to shake the center save before that.
Yeah.
8.3 million for Josh, and here's Trent with under 2 million. Trent will really need to get into some multi-ball. Any multi-ball will do for him to get some points on the board and maybe catch Josh and start chasing Carl. But he is closing it out. Actually, the Trent King might be his best option.
Yeah. You can get into collecting souls by shooting the right ramp and then going straight up the left loop.
Right ramp with the left loop here.
Yeah.
And anytime you shoot the right inland, that was a great shake save there. Perfect. And this isn't even better choice, I think.
That's right.
Starting War of the Ends, like you saw with Carl, is going to give you those 3 chances
Right.
up there, and he may get 5,000 just right here. 4,700. No.
You can see what he's trying to choose to bounce over here rather than backhand into the end shot like Carl did, which would seem to be to be a much safer option.
And it's worth more points. It's worth more points from the shoot a loop.
That's
like
right.
Right here, maybe aiming for the right loop. Turn the King is right. No, it's a tilt. You have to try and save another center range. And I agree with you that his move to bounce that ball over or try to get a trap on the left was very costly there. Where if he shot like as Carl did, backhand or thing, he would have started Return of the King right there. Surely finished War of the Ends. And and Josh Sharp pulls over too.
God, just brick the right ramp and out he went.
Brick the right ramp and have a nice day. So, missing a shot like that, you could lose the ball at any time you miss a shot. But
that's right.
The first one to go down, that's bad.
And Carl plunges and he's done. He wins.
Carl with the ball 3 salute. Just say, I don't need to play this. Plunge off. Victory. 26 million. So long, suckers. I got my 3. Carl D'Angelo with 3 wins. Joshua Henderson with 2 for second place. Josh Sharp manages a 3rd place with only 5 million. And Trent, a hard luck loser there. He was so close to breaking that open for a pretty heavy score.
Yeah, I mean, and he would, if he had started that multi-ball, he would have easily gotten the second out of this.
Yeah, there was a lot of bad luck in that game. They had Josh Henderson losing the ball over the ramp. Josh Sharp hitting the ring and having it
brutal house balls.
Hitting the ring and having it go directly to the left out lane.
Yeah.
Some unusual bounces there,
but that's pinball.
That is why people love pinball, or so they tell the losers afterwards. Don't forget, this is why you love pinball. As your tournament life comes to an end. But no one's out yet. No, this is only the first game of 4, and we're moving over to fast draw and electromechanical. Completely different skill set.
You would expect to see someone like Josh Sharp do very well in this game. He's got a lot of backgrounds in older games. A lot of tutelage probably from his father. And he typically does very well on these classic machines.
And he's got an Air Aces in his basement, I think, and maybe some other games with a couple of EMs as well as Cyclops with the weird spelling and pronunciation.
And maybe a sharpshooter.
And a sharpshooter? Or a sharpshooter 2? Which one is it? Maybe a sharpshooter 2. Or is it a sharpshooter as well? All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's roll! All right, there we are. Carl D'Angelo leading off the second game of Group X. And he leads off because he won the previous game on board.
Right.
And promptly fumble.
Yeah, right out there.
That was in that gray area where you don't know whether to do a drop catch or a flip away or a live catch. There are a lot of skills you can do, but you could have just bounced the ball over the other side. Right?
That's what I would have done, because a lot of these skills like live catching and drop catching that we, oh my god. these skills that we learn on solid state games don't translate to EMs well at all. The flippers aren't as strong. They act different ways. They don't have as much power, and so dead flipping is something that still tends to work pretty well. But a lot of these other skills are much more difficult.
Yeah, especially on games with the full 3-inch flippers this way. Some older EMs even have 2-inch flippers, and there, you got a much wider center gap. If you try to dead bounce, they may not get there. Get all the way across the other side. As we're seeing, players generally handle the first ball very poorly. Here's Trent, and there's the bounce over you were talking about. Excellent way of getting control, and a swamp drain. Now I have to say, players are aiming for these drop targets.
That's right.
And they're all paying the price.
That's absolutely right. And if I was playing this game personally,
well, you didn't, because you didn't make it to this division.
No, I didn't. I choked in my last round, so I didn't make it to the finals. But if I was playing this game, I would probably be more focused on shooting up
drop targets. No, oh no!
This is not exactly what I would not be doing. But those things are
drop targets of death. And the drop targets have killed 4 out of the 5 balls. The only ball that survived was that first one from Carl, where he just pushed it in the outlet.
If it was me, I would be going up top, hitting those bonus lights, and hoping that I fell into the collect holes, which were 1,000 plus 1,000 for each ABNC.
Yeah, so a 3,000 shot available for Josh if you put in one of those. And there's what you're talking about. That on a modern Stern or Williams machine would have been a caught ball.
That's right.
Instead, it's a ball that bounces off in a weird way and gets out of control.
Drifts down into the middle of the drain.
Meanwhile, Josh Sharp made a terrific trap right off the bat there.
And look what he got out of it.
Yeah, he aimed for the top there and paid the same price as people who've been shooting drop targets. So I don't know. But I agree that the top tends to be a little safer. The angles are such that the ball often will return to the flippers. But the way those drop targets are positioned, it's like they were deliberately built to send the ball down the opposite outlet.
Yeah,
and they were. They were deliberately built with this angle in mind. So if someone hitting them will lose the ball down the outlet.
Now, of course, the reward, if you can knock down all of the drop targets, is that you can kill those drop targets all day long for 5,000 to hit. But there's so much risk in actually getting those 10 drop targets down that I would be surprised if we actually see players collect them 5,000 all.
Yeah, some players think you just have to make the bag of 5, the left or the right, and it'll light the 5,000. That's not the way it works. You have to make all 10, 5 on the left, 5 on the right, to get the bonus. In fact, if you look at the playfield, you see that 5,000 prominently in white.
Yeah.
You think that target that it's pointing at is worth 5,000. It is not.
That's right.
The target is only worth 5,000 after everything else has been knocked down and a single light up in paint to show that it's lit up full out.
In the meantime, Trent had a pretty decent ball there. He got up to 29,000, which compared to the rest of these scores is really good.
Butt kicking is good. Well, it's good. Yeah. On EM to play 5 balls, so as Carl falls in the hole to score 2,000. This is not the last ball. And the last ball, though, is a little different. Ball 5 on this game, automatic double bonus.
You see this on a lot of EM games. 300 and several others have this last ball double bonus. And so even in a game where somebody has a large, and that's, a bad drop catch there.
Another place where the skill may have worked perfectly on a modern game, the timing is just off enough where you drop that flipper too soon. And instead it looks like let the ball go.
Yeah.
Clearly was not to get to that move. Poor drain there by Josh. Off the top of the non-swing.
Yeah.
So this is a really unusual design. Those drops down there with no slingshots. Good bounce over by Josh. Trap. Symmetric design and no sling. The block that goes down the bottom doesn't work the same. Right there.
Yeah.
And that You know, that probably would have been okay on a regular game. He would have flipped it into the sling
And then
would
it
have
would have
fired it up
Yeah,
higher
yeah, exactly.
in the outlane area. Instead, it's just got the perfect angle and speed to be a death. So, bad luck there by Trent with the missed shot towards the upper right. Buffer instead, part of the left. You're done. Where are we here? 20,000 for Trent is in the lead. Carl at 15,000 is closing in. But realistically, nobody's lighting it up here. So.
No, nobody's lighting it up, and and by the same measure, it's anybody's game.
True. With ball 5 being double bonus, it really could be any of the 4 players that win this one. Josh Sharp having the worst run of it. One walk and change it up. There's Z. Closing in on ABC, which some of these games in this era, ABC also would like double bonus, but it's not true on this game. ABC just increases it up. What a flip that was!
I find it hard to believe that was on purpose, but if it was, well done to you.
That was incredible. I gotta believe it was on purpose. Man, now that was on purpose.
Fantastic nudging there to get that last letter. And now his scoops are worth 4,000 a shot.
So he should be going for nothing but scoops at this point. Scoops all day.
And instead he's going for drop targets.
Drops all day. No. Scoops all day. No. What do you think? Why would he be doing this? There's rain.
I think he's trying to get those 5,000 flipped, but I mean, his scoops are worth 4.
I actually think he may have continued with a different game.
Oh, you're right. You
With
think
the double
that he
bonus
got
for
double
ABC.
bonus.
And
Right.
he's like, I got ABC. I got double bonus now.
So I'm going to
Let
crank
me
on drop
crank
targets.
on drops because now those drops are worth a lot more than they were. Jack my bonus. As it was still a good ball. He got 29,000, but there was definitely a missed opportunity there to really crank hold for big points.
One thing we saw Josh Henderson doing there on that ball is that he's been. You'll notice that a lot of players, when the ball comes down through the A or C lane, it misses all of the hop bumpers and drifts down to the flippers. And most players have been letting it bounce over to the other flipper, but Josh has been flipping that thing away in a controlled manner. Which I would think after you see enough other players let it bounce over safely, you would start taking advantage of slowing the ball down.
Yeah, this is something that I think having cameras on the game has really changed Pinball. Is that you get all these free looks of all the decisions that other players make, and then you compare it to your own decisions you would have made if you didn't have that information.
Right.
That was
side
an
shake
awesome
from Trent.
side shake there to get that ball back out under control. And we see if Trent goes to the 4,000. There it is. It's going up to the top, trying to get into a hole. 4,000. Wow, that is nasty.
Robbed by the bumpers there.
And just a bad break there, but Trent with 30K. He's in the lead temporarily, but this is the double bonus ball. Carl's got the first shot at it.
So we'll see what Carl can get done here. He's got B and C.
Which is worth 3,000. Drop target's worth basically 2,500 at this point.
Oh,
Wow.
no bonus.
And just off the top of that area in the upper left, perfectly played.
There's Josh flipping off of that, going through the A lane again into the drop targets.
And he's making bonus, he's making drops, and he may have the idea of going to drops on ball 5. I don't think this is any different than he played the other way.
No, that's
He's
totally
doing pretty much drops all throughout.
Yep.
This time on ball 5, this is actually worth a lot of points. And there's a shot towards the top. So he does know about it. There's another shot towards the top. That's an advanced bonus over there. And in the hole, 3,000. That puts him past Carl. And the ball continues. He's got a big bonus to line weight, 7,000 double. Really got 45,000 on him.
And he's only got one drop target left to light those 5,000 drops.
Really rare thing. I think I've only
And
ever
there it
seen.
is.
There it is. There they are. The pink 5,000s are lit. And down the middle before he can collect any of them. What a bonus.
That's a great ball.
57,000 just like that.
Basically,
Where
just
did
on
he
one
go?
ball.
What was that? 20,000 to 57 there on the one ball. And Josh Sharp takes over, and he can lead a lot of points up top. Give him a few little shakes there.
That's right. Trying to score off of that bonus off of that top.
B. But he's got the bonus up advance to $4,000. So he needs a little bit more. Still 4,000.
Yeah.
That's
another one.
5,000. So he's chasing Carl.
He's got 10.
And he's in the hole. That's 18, 5, now 6. So he has Carl on bonus. And so he'll take at least third here. And
Oh my God!
wait, what was that?
He tilted.
He tilted up in the corner?
Yeah. I didn't even see him move the machine. I'm not entirely sure how that happened. I mean, I assumed that he was trying to push the ball into the bonus stand up there, but
Yeah, no, that is.
it seemed. I mean, I've seen other guys.
Trent loses down the side there, so it's going to be a win for Josh Henderson.
That's right.
Pulling it out on ball 5, all the way back from what could have been a 4th place or a 3rd place to the win.
Yeah.
And for Josh Sharp, what a cooler that was.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've talked to Josh about how you play EMs a lot, and he always says that one of the things about solid state games is you spend a lot of time nudging the ball away from places, away from the out lanes, out of the slingshots. And in EM games, you spend a lot of time nudging the balls into things, like for instance, off of that pop bumper and into the bonus stand-ups because he's on his double bonus ball. So
Yeah, and the bumper itself may not have enough power to push the ball into those stand-ups, so you give it a little more boost as it's going. And it's much more of a game where you're basically continuously nudging at all times instead of waiting for specific moments to do your nudging.
Right. And, it didn't look like he gave it much of a hit. And earlier in the game, we had seen Trent move the game quite a bit more side to side to do that side save. But sometimes, depending on how the tilt bobs are hanging, a side slide can be much more forgiving than an up and down slide, and so maybe Josh just, was the victim of a little bad luck there. Again,
definitely some bad luck in the moment there because he had passed Carl.
That's right.
That's a win that is just wiped away
off
there.
The table now. Yeah.
And he may even have passed Trent based on the way Trent ended his game.
That's right.
But regardless, it's Joshua Henderson with a huge lead now, with 5 wins. Carl D'Angelo at 4 wins. Remember, the 2 best players from this round will advance. So they each have significant leads over Trent Augustine at 2 and Josh Sharp at 1. In order for Josh to turn this around here, he's really going to need to pull out a big game on World Cup Soccer, which is next. We'll fire it up. And Josh Henderson will be the first player. He won on basketball. Now, unlike a lot of World Cup Soccers at Papa, this one does have full 3-inch flippers, and the kickback is on.
Oh.
And the magnet works. And that was a terrific save right off the bat by Josh.
You know what was interesting about Josh here is that he shot at the goal right off the skill shot, which I personally would never do.
I'm not sure. I'm of a mixed opinion on this because the roll on ball 1 is actually worth 15 million points. 20 million. You get 5 million in bonus per ball for the rest of the game.
I see.
And you get an ultra, which is worth another 5 million right there. So it's really worth 20.
And of course, now that
right at the moment.
And of course, now that he's had 2 goals, he progresses a level in multiball. So he gets 1 step closer to beating multiball.
Yeah. So if he does get the multiball, he'll be goals lit again. So there isn't much control to the play right here from Josh, but 3rd goal already. And
now he's got ultra ramps and he can start working towards multiball.
And setting it. Well, he looked like he was sending it back towards the goal again there.
Yeah,
unlit. I mean, an ultra ramp is running.
I mean, unless you wanted to start. When the goal is unlit, you haven't collected a striker award on the first ball.
It'll give you the penalty kick.
But
the penalty kick is what, a chance at 30 million big goal. And you got ultra everything.
Right.
I think you have to tough it up to a little bit of a game on.
Yeah, or maybe he just missed.
Yeah. Trent Augustine has started big goal round by falling into the TV award saucer. It's a chance to get 3 goal shots for 60 million with a 20-second timer. 4 seconds left. Come on.
So far,
right
he hasn't.
Right there. Oh.
Now, see, you know what's funny is that in big goal round, I will usually play.
Yeah, big goal round to me is worth again, it's 60 million free shots, so 20 million a shot. But also, if it was liftable anyway, you're going to get the points from that award.
Right.
Anyway, so I think it's really valuable to go for big goal rounds. You get basically 85 million for big goal rounds, 25 for starting it, and then 60 for making the free shots.
And progressing 1 or 2 levels again towards beating the multiball. And that was a great save from a brutal reject off of that left ramp. That left ramp is notoriously terrible for ejecting the ball.
This man needs to know about the magnet. That's the best place to use that magnet save. The orange light near the flippers. You can activate it once, like a kickback, at any time. So if you know it's getting rejected off the left ramp, it's reading it.
Right.
Turn the magnet on and the ball's coming down. It'll make it very much less likely.
Okay.
You may or may not have the ball caught on the magnet, but if it is going straight center,
It'll just go.
it's going to
pull it
divert as
out.
far
Right.
up to the left as you get.
Did you say that in the Papa qualifying bench that magnet is usually turned on?
Actually, the
It's
magnet
disabled.
is usually kept on so that players can lose the ball and they go, damn it, I should have used the magnet. I don't control that, but we definitely felt for Pinburgh that we keep the game at roughly factory setting. You know, some games that are long players, like Lord of the Rings, and of course these long playing games, put the yellow posts around the right ramp, and some other plays made on the calendar. But as Carl starts multi-ball on ball one,
Wow.
this is a really terrific play for him.
Yeah, that's
You got-
right.
You got all of the build lights. The one major difference between this World Cup soccer and one you might find on location is there are no free lights for a while. You
Right,
have to
right.
earn all 5 lights yourself
But
instead
then,
of getting them for free one per ball.
but then he got right into the final draw scoop on his first shot.
Yeah, that is a
Huge.
pressure shot. Unfortunately for Carl, the multi-ball did not go
No.
well. Oh, a total drain out.
He only got one
And,
jackpot. And
only
then,
one jackpot and 163 on the board. You notice he had no goals, no cities
Yeah,
there too. So he started out at the lowest possible level. Maybe he'll get around in the second multi-ball, having started it on ball 1.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be unreasonable to get back to it.
no, not at all.
Josh Sharp starts off with a goal, and definitely aiming for the left ramp there. And of all that control, he's going to use that magnet. I'm not kidding. The magnet puts the ball back under the player's control.
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah.
immediately. So if you're having trouble in the center or it's coming down off that left ramp, just magnet up. Chances are, no, you're just never going to use the magnet anyway. So it's not like you're going to miss the magnet.
Right.
Say, man, I wish I had that magnet.
He took a nice shot into the striker shot there off of the left flipper. It's a shot I see a lot of players avoid because it's kind of tight, but I tend to lean on that shot to put a multi-ball.
I really like that shot fairly. It's always available.
That's right.
It's right next to the goal, so if you miss it, you have actually have a good chance of hitting it in the goal instead of getting the ball back. The right ramp is a really draining shot.
Yeah,
I
I don't-
almost had a kickback firing a multiple.
I don't like that right ramp at all.
It's so close to the flippers that and its position is right in front of the player. So
Right.
if you miss the right ramp, you don't know where it's going. You don't have time to react.
Right.
It could be a direct drain down the right. It could be a direct drain down the center. And if it rejects,
That's right. It's coming
the same
screaming right
situation
back in your
left
face.
ramp, screaming right. Josh makes the multi-ball start shot, second or third try, whatever. But he is moving on up. There's the jackpot. Josh attempting to start the next one with the ball
button.
buy-in button. That's disabled.
I was about to ask about that, so I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, if you don't know, if you haven't seen World Cup soccer played, or you haven't read the detailed rules, you can hit the extra ball buy-in button once per multi-ball to relight the jackpot. It's almost like a secret button code for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, yeah.
And we,
A little Easter egg
based on, I feel that a lot of that stuff just isn't pinball. Game knowledge.
Right.
So that would be the only place it's pinball. You don't have to actually do something shooting the pinball in order to pull it off. And I can't disable video mode. So I can do that as well. But this is something where players can take advantage of their game knowledge.
When I would play in league with Larry DeMar, who programmed this game, he would make sure and tell everybody before the game started, so that everybody knew this.
Yep, and that's my philosophy sort of too. If playing somebody on World Cup, I will say, even if I don't know if it's on or off, I'll say, hey, there's this thing, and I don't know if it's on or off, but this is how.
So Josh came out of a pretty good multi-ball there. He got, I think, 2 or possibly 3 jackpots. He's at 247.
That was a beautiful series of shakes there to push the ball back to the Clippers.
Yeah.
Out of the potential break here. This would be a penalty kick shot. 30 million in the goal. Early flip to make this happen.
And he doesn't even try.
Like he didn't even try for it. He is targeting the next multi-ball. And 30 million to pass up, which is an interesting decision. I like it because he knows that if he can get back into multi-ball, he can potentially put in there. Another shot to the center.
A lot of times on this game, if you can get away with it, I'll shoot the striker shot. When it comes back, I'll just bounce it over to the left flipper, right back into striker again, bounce it over, right back into striker. It's such a safe shot. If you can make it, you know.
Josh had time there to notice there he tried to do a wide save, slow
As
center
the
drag.
ball was going out.
As the ball was going in, a little bit of a slide to the right, slow enough to not cause a tilt, but fast enough to try and get the ball. Not fast enough, because he should have used the magnet. Oh, it's a travesty. It's such a great little feature. No other game has this. And it's just criminally underused. But I'd say Josh had the best first ball by far.
Yeah.
Points-wise, that is true too. But he is in position to earn a lot more points, like coming close to already starting second ball.
That's absolutely correct.
If he can start a second multi-ball and nobody else does, he's equal.
And in the meantime, Josh Henderson came up and really didn't get much going on his second ball.
Yeah, so Josh hasn't made progress towards multi-ball. He got points on ball one goals from ultra mode. And it's a short-term gain, long-term loss, relatively. Because now he will have to work hard on ball 3 to get multi-ball at all. And meanwhile, we've seen Carl play multi-ball, Josh play a great multi-ball, Sharp play a great multi-ball. Trent, use your magnet! Use your magnet! That was the clearest example of where the magnet would have saved all of that trouble. It's positioned right where the left flipper is up too, so that when you do grab the magnet, use your magnet! Oh man! I'm sorry to keep harping on that. I promise I'll stop. But
that was a brutal ball from Carl. Trent's loss was from him not being able to make that notoriously difficult final draw scoop.
But Trent will have multiple ready. But yeah, he did. There have been entire games where you get that final draw scoop ready to go, and then it's like
you shoot at it 10, 15, 20 times. And you keep
come on. He's trying to backhand it. Are you kidding?
You don't. I always try and backhand that thing. It's really there. He did it right there. It's really doable.
Wow. Maybe that's knowledge from playing the game earlier in the day. I really don't like to try that because
I admit that if I had
don't
never
know that it's going to work on when you're playing, you could try to backhand it a dozen times and just have no chance on it. Hey, that button doesn't work though. One jackpot so far. That's Great Britain jackpot, 60 million. Next match is against Sweden for 65.
And there he lights it.
He got an extra kickback there. That was Grace Period kickback.
That's absolutely right. And there's a jackpot. He got out of it.
Josh fond of beating Sweden. And 65 million there.
And another jackpot lit. And another jackpot
that's going to go right in.
Yep.
A nice assist saucer. What a great feature that is.
I love
Such
that
a
thing.
cool idea. Have a little kicker in the top. All it does is make you feel great about this.
Yeah. I love this game so much. I really do.
There's Australia beaten with apparently a nuclear explosion in the goal. There's a goal to beat France.
This is a fantastic.
He's taken down Richard Rhodes. He's taken down He's taking down Frank Bona. He's taking down Yorian. They'll have to take down the German for 250 million here. Oh no! That's the end. Germany is lit. He's got a quick one-timer. Will he get no grace period? No. That'll be it.
Still a fantastic multi-ball. Great save there.
Right back in action. I mean, a lot of players, when they fall out of multi-ball, they can do poorly with those kinds of saves immediately after.
Right.
His mindset has to change. And he nailed that. He got that right out of the out.
And Josh has now started a big goal round, but if I was him, I would do the same thing he's doing, which is blow it off.
Just get back towards multiple. Well, he cashed in Tea Party. That was it. You gotta cash in Tea Party.
I always do too. I don't
You gotta
know
stay
why. I just
Striker.
can't stand to see Striker drinking on that tea.
At home, if I start Tea Party, I will catch the ball in a flipper.
Really?
Yeah, and then eventually the timer will stop. And we'll be continuously drinking tea until you do something, and it's great. You know, my son recognizes the sound. It was bolt.
So Josh comes out of that ball with almost $1 billion. Fantastic ball.
Yeah, and that's it for Josh Henderson. He fires the magnet though.
Now he fires the magnet.
Unfortunately, that's 210 million. And although he's not last, either Trent or Carl, they are pretty likely to catch this. Trent may pick it up right here with this goal and assist. That's 2 goals. You go to the assist kicker, and goal is already little. Actually, give you 2 at once.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And yep, just based on that, he's passed Joshua Henderson. So Joshua can still pick up a win if Carl D'Angelo has a 4 final ball. Trent has multi-ball ready, and now he's really chasing that 900.
One thing that's interesting here that you'll note is that he had previously locked the ball, but it was taken by Josh, and then so he had the option of starting final draw without locking the ball again, but he would only ended up only 2 ball multi-ball. That's right. So he chose to lock a third of the ball so he could get a 3 ball.
Yeah. And it's Tea Party during multi-ball. What's your priority here?
Jackpots.
You gotta save Striker. Come on, man. You don't want him drinking all that tea. He's still drinking. There's the second jackpot for Trent. 40, then 45 for beating down those Canadians.
I think he did just collect the Tea Party.
No, it's still there.
Oh, okay. I thought
28, 27. Come on, drink that tea. Holland.
Drink that tea, Striker. Drink that tea.
Take that, Roy. All right,
See what your PS3 scores have gotten you now.
All right, take that, Ashiari. Italy goes down for 55 million.
That's right.
And that is unfortunately the end of the multi-ball. With Striker still ready.
Striker's still drinking that tea. He's never
No, this is the right thing to do.
Oh no, it absolutely is.
And that was a bad one there. The spin on the ball really made that happen. And I don't know that there was anything that Trent could have done to save that. He did miss a shot causing the ball to go out of control. But bad luck to have it be such an unsavable ball. And the game is over at 600 million. So he's not catching Josh Sharp. Carl now needs to chase down Joshua Henderson's 210 to earn 1 win. And then it'll be 600 to catch Trent and 900 to catch Josh Sharp. But, Carl is the master of ball 3 comebacks.
Well, I think he's already in bonus caught Josh right now. So
I'm not sure. He only has 1 goal, 1 city. It would be very close. I would at least want to make a couple more shots. Oh boy. Oh, big trouble. Use your magnet. All right, he's back under. Get a trap. Magnet, man. Right there.
see, he's going for that right.
Going for that right ramp. That dangerous ramp. Out of control.
I absolutely would rather go for the
center
striker shot.
He's got it.
Yeah, but still.
What do we know? He's in the final 8.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Penalty
I
kick.
couldn't even qualify and beat him.
A little bit of a clap there for Carl from off stage as someone acknowledges that he passed Joshua probably on the bonus, and that penalty kick definitely goes over the top. Now it's 600.
That's right.
Long way to go. Multi-ball is really the only way to do it. So anything he sees on the playfield, the only real thing to see it.
That's right. White lights in front of balls are his priority. Oh, that did not.
That did not sound good at all.
Well,
But he got all the
Group
white
X.
lights in front of balls. So now the yellow light is on for the lock.
That's right.
And Carl uses his kickback. He had one. You can relight the kickback on the right inlane.
Do you
Needs to lock this up really. There we go.
Do you purposely, like, do you make it an intentional effort to relight that kickback? Like, he could do it right here.
Right now, I might, only because it could also go in.
And he did.
And he did.
Yeah.
It could also go in
Oh,
to the final draw. Off
Yeah,
of
yeah.
that. In fact, if I'm having trouble making a nice.
Oh, man, that's his second one in a row. One shot, right
2
there.
for 2 on this shot to start multi-ball. He's got to play a better multi-ball than he played before and take down those Italians. There it
There goes
is.
Danielle.
Take that, Acciari. Who's next?
Oh, man.
Taking on the number 16 now. That's going to be Great Britain. I'll take that, Martin.
That's right. Martin Ives going down.
Who's next? Who's next? Oh, what a catch that was.
Man.
He's got a ball on each flipper now. And here, I think
Yorian
he's doing the right
and Mats
thing.
are going down.
Yorian and Mats will be next, but and we got a lot of people from Stockholm coming for Pinburgh this year.
Oh, yeah.
What is it, like 15 people coming from Sweden?
It's unbelievable. They've got such a fantastic pinball group there.
It's great players, great culture, and you lived in Sweden,
I
right?
did for a year and a half.
And now they've lost.
And down they go. It's all my fault. Spain.
Spain is next. Take that.
I don't know anyone from Spain.
Soriano, Vitorino, or whatever the guy's name
And he
is.
pulled it off in great
Oh,
spirit.
that was a nice bounce in there. That's
Yeah.
a 70 million bounce.
And he's caught Trent.
Has he really?
Yeah.
600 million he needed to catch
Yeah.
Trent.
And I think this put him over the top.
Oh, and that's it. But where is it? Did you see his score?
Yeah, it was like 518 before that
518,
last jackpot.
700. Yes, that's it. So Carl D'Angelo will take second. Josh Sharp gets to play his ball free salute. And I guess he's going one-handed just to see what happens. There he goes. Just under $1 billion for Josh. That's a victory. That's exactly what he needed.
Yeah, yeah.
Because,
That's what we were talking about.
Really, his chance of climbing back and reaching the final totally depended on his strong performance here on World Cup.
Absolutely.
And it was multi-ball.
Yes,
It was really an
It was.
extremely strong multi-ball play.
Yeah, he
by
got all
Josh.
the way
He
to,
got 2 multi-balls.
and he got all the way to
And
Great Britain.
the second multi-ball, he made it
to
all the
Germany.
way to Germany
That's
without
right, to
completing Germany. But his decision to go for those multi-balls is what
To
put
the-
him over the
right,
top.
to-
the exclusion of all,
Absolutely
other
everything
features.
else. That's right.
Absolutely right. So Josh Sharp takes the win. He now has 4 wins, which still has him in 3rd place. Carl D'Angelo at 6 wins is the leader. Joshua Henderson at 5. Josh Sharp at 4. Trent Augenstein at 3. No one is out. No one is safe.
That's right.
Uh,
And now we're moving on to Nitro Ground Shaker.
Nitro Ground
We're gonna
Shaker.
shoot some holes.
We're gonna shoot many holes.
That's right.
What do people do when they're gonna shoot holes in Group X?
They play Nitro Ground Shaker. Fire this thing up! Oh my god.
All right, so Josh Sharp takes over for ball 1. We're gonna be shooting some holes. Oh, he failed to shoot the hole. Oh no!
Oh,
And that
wow.
hole.
That was
That is
brutal.
a really costly hole there. That's
That's the wrong ball.
that's about as bad as it can get for a bowl of Nitro Ground Shaker. 2,300.
So the really important thing to do in Nitro Ground Shaker is shoot that middle hole on the skill shot. It's a huge deal.
Yeah,
That is
you
why.
will light a bonus collect on the left, and now every shot that Carl makes to the left, the hole over there, will be a bonus collect. Now, Carl has 6 wins already coming into this game, so effectively he just needs to not finish last.
That's right.
It's possible, depending on how things go, for him to get into a tiebreaker at 7. But the most likely thing to do is if he doesn't finish last year, he will advance. Really bad up for the other players.
Some really nice nudging and saving going on there. And
Good trap.
he's got the spinner link.
spinner is worth 1,000 a spin, which if you are against shooting holes for whatever reason, you can go for that. But realistically, it's all about shooting holes. Carl is not here. Look at this countdown. What do we got here? 14,000 for that hole, and advances the value.
The one nice thing about shooting the spinner here would be that you can get up top and possibly light the collect for the other bonus.
Yeah, the perfect situation is to light both collects and also light the double bonus. He's got both collects lit now, so that's pretty. The double bonus didn't happen. It's the green light. But if he goes in the left here, we're going to see some serious.
That's right.
We're going to see something serious. There it is.
There it is.
Check this out.
Yep.
Big time. Oh,
That's huge.
that is
like
huge. Oh,
40,000.
and the return sends it down the middle on him. You get to collect again.
That's right. It's a great ball.
The crowd clearly cheering for that. They acknowledge that's a good ball, and that's exactly the kind of ball that Carl needs to cement his position to advance to the final.
Yep.
Trent getting power in lane right off the bat, and he does have the hole. He did not shoot the hole.
That's right. No, he did not hit the hole.
He failed to, that is
a
a
lucky bounce. Lucky bounce. I probably would have shot the hole there anyway, but he got a lucky bounce.
You can't go wrong shooting holes on Nitro Ground
That's
Shaker.
right.
Any circumstances.
And in here, I would expect him to do exactly that, which is to work the spinner.
It's up,
try
and
get in there.
he's in the hole. He's got the double collect now. Still no double bonus position. I think going in there a couple times to get that double bonus. Nobody has that. The green light that keeps coming off at that hole. Oh, look at that!
Wow, that was
That's
lucky.
huge. Like a 30,000 shot right there. Great shake save on the return there. It's a dangerous return out of that hole. You've got to cash in that hole.
I've seen Nitro Ground Shakers.
Get in your hole. Oh! And that was really how to handle the return there. Trent giving the machine a shove to the right as the ball is on the rail there.
Yeah. I almost prefer the game set up this way, though, because sometimes you get a Nitro Ground Shaker in which that feed is easily catchable, and it becomes the most boring game
Holes all
on
day.
the planet.
Holes all day. What's boring about shooting holes? Come on. That is a slim lead for Trent.
Yeah.
169 is a really great ball. He definitely had the benefit of a couple of lucky outs.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
And Trent will probably need to win this game. He has 3 wins coming in, and 6 and 6 would be a average of 500. And so if you don't make 500, you probably get one.
Yeah. Josh is.
Wow, he was aggressive there, and he did some right moves. Probably could have caught the ball early on before it got out of control like that. But once it was out of control, it really wasn't much. Josh Sharp, 0 for 2 with plunging the hole. Oh my!
God.
Wow,
That's so ugly.
Dude, that was not cool. Now he can pull in a ball 3 that turns that around. That is really vicious. You start out on the wrong foot with the way that lane feeds into the bumper. And, it's really tough to go an entire game of Nitro Ground Shaker without shooting any holes. Very
And, Josh really needs a good score here if he wants to progress on. I mean, he had that good game on World Cup Soccer, but he still needs to get something going here to have a chance of progressing.
I would guess he needs to take a second place or better, so he needs to at least catch these scores that we're seeing at Carl.
Yes.
And they don't seem showing any signs of stopping. Nope. Fairly big bonus built up in left. We're probably going to go spinner here.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another nail for Josh. Oh, and the double bonus light comes on. That is that's big too. So 16, 13, and woo! This is big.
That's right, because he has double bonus, so his bonus is doubled on all collects too.
And he'll get full collected double value here. Oh, snap.
That's good money. That's definitely cashing in.
That was almost exactly the same score he had on ball 1. Even a little better.
It is,
162,
you're right. Yeah.
and then this ball he picked up 165. Trent picked up 169, so it's like There's just
This little
two
limit.
levels of balls right now. There's the 5,000 ball and the
Or
160,000
balls.
ball.
Yeah.
And which one are we going to have from Trent? Trent actually finished A, B, C, D, E, F miraculously. The one thing that nobody cares about ever doing on this game. And he's lit a little white light in the middle that guarantees him a number of points almost equal to shooting.
Is where would you get that A B C D E F?
It's everywhere. A and B are up the top lanes. C and D are the stand-ups near the bumpers. Here we go, counting down again. And E and F are the in lanes. So you literally have to play everywhere
Right.
to get A, B, C, D, E, F, and your reward is like just. It would be accurate to call it measly compared to that. Like that bounce in, lucky
Right. That's
bastard
another
bounce.
30,000 right
And
there.
count it down, 19,000 more for Trent. He only has the left bonus lit, so if he gets in the top hole one more time, you get count it down again, another 22,000 here.
It seemed like he was pondering doing a post transfer maybe or something.
Another 25,000.
Yes, why would you?
This is just hammer time. And every time he is still giving the machine that little shake to the
Yeah.
right as it comes off the rail. Oh, God. 28. He is shooting many holes.
And right back.
Woo! Now, this is the captain's bonus. 29,000 is as high as it goes. So now, you want to cash 29s all day? You want to go through the spinner and maybe light it for 58s or 116s?
Obviously, if you get the ball to the left, you want to get up the spinner. But if you're on the right, I see
Why not?
absolutely no reason to not just sit there and collect the 29 all day.
More holes. We need a hole count here. Just to see who has shot the most holes here. But I'd say it's definitely Trent.
A couple of times it's looked like he's had the ball on the right and he's been pondering doing a post transfer or something. But I mean, I can't. I just keep shooting that.
He's completed the rack of drop targets on the right, which would normally have given an extra ball as a shut off from competition. But Trent choosing to shoot everything on the game instead of just shooting holes, which is really controversial decision. He should only be shooting holes.
He did get up to the top again, but unfortunately he
Got
landed in the one
side.
the
one thing he already had.
of the 3 lights that are available. He managed to get the same one twice, so he didn't get anything extra.
He's got 443,000, another 58 in bonus, plus whatever that white light in the middle means. There's 29 more. This is tremendous. And Brent, this is really the only way Trent could possibly advance here.
You got a brutal kick out there that went straight down the middle, but still fantastic ball from Trent. You can hear the applause.
Yeah, that is the probably the best ball we've seen by any player this round. It's certainly the best pressure ball. He's actually his only drains have been the result of those kickouts. Josh Henderson, with 5 wins, he needs to at least pick up one more here because Trent could get 6.
Yeah.
And that didn't
he
happen.
doesn't.
He did shoot the hole at the top on the plunge, but he has shot a hole.
That's right.
But Josh Sharp really needs a hole here. No holes barred. You gotta get a hole, man. You can't go the entire game with no holes. Did you get it? No.
No.
Get in your hole. Uh-oh. This is trouble. Big trouble here.
I can't even imagine the expletives that Josh is firing right now.
Yes!
There
It's a
we go.
hole, and he celebrates the hole. Finally a hole. And what an
nice
outlaying
save.
shake
Nice
that was.
save.
This is the move. That's a quality move right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's settling down a little bit. Shoot a hole, man. Shoot a hole. Missed shot there to the loop. Like that hole. You gotta trap
Good
it.
catch.
Gotta make this shot.
There we go.
There it is. That's going to be only worth 10,000, but it's the start of something big potentially. And he now has. No, it's gone. But he has passed in front of Joshua.
For now.
For now, we'll see what the consequences are of that. But I honestly think that if Carl would need to pass Trent, or Trent has more than Josh. Trent will have. Carl has to pass Josh. Yeah, that's it. So that eliminates Josh Sharp as Carl D'Angelo ends his turn at 387. That will guarantee him at least 7. And Carl D'Angelo pretty much guaranteed to advance here. Trent now just has to put mileage between him and Joshua Henderson.
And the mileage that exists already is almost insurmountable.
It is, but Joshua doesn't have to pass. If Joshua can pass Carl, actually, Trent would be eliminated.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So there's a lot. There's a lot
right,
at stake
because
here.
Trent has to win to go.
So as we go to this ball, Josh Henderson, if he does not pass Josh Sharp, player 1, he's eliminated. If he passes Josh and not Carl, we will have a tiebreaker. Wow, what a move that was. That was critical. If he had tilted there or lost the ball, he would be out. Instead, he's closing in on Josh Sharp. One spinner shot would do it. Oh, and another great stake save. That was a critical slap save, too. 44,000, and on bonus, he now has enough to pass Josh Sharp. He may not have noticed it.
Oh, ouch.
That will put him into at least a tie with 6 wins with Trent. If he can pull this out of the fire and pass Carl D'Angelo at 387, it's a long road, but he can do it. He will then advance directly to the final.
He is now officially passed Josh, even if he tilts.
So Josh Sharp is definitely out completely, and Josh Henderson has at least secured a tiebreaker with Trent, and he is starting to roll. Trent is in danger here. He's got double bonus, almost to max. If you can get in the hole for the other collects,
that would be huge.
That would be huge because you have full value. It's still a pretty large value in that hole on the left, 40,000 full shots, and he's at 145. So got to get this under control. That's trouble over there, and it's gone.
A valiant effort.
Boy, that was a great ball, though.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a tournament life at stake ball.
Yeah, and
Josh Henderson rising to the occasion there, putting forward over 200,000. Not enough to catch Carl. So Carl advances with 8 wins. Josh Sharp is eliminated with 4 wins, and this is it. We have our first tiebreaker of the entire tournament here.
So how does the tiebreaker work?
So the tiebreaker works by picking one more game. They'll play it again.
How is that game chosen?
And the game is chosen at random among all of the games that are available to play.
So it doesn't have to be in their bank.
It doesn't have to be in their bank necessarily, but it turns out that Lord of the Rings has been selected at random.
Okay.
So they will be playing the game that they did play earlier in the round. And Josh Henderson won that game over Trent score-wise.
That's right.
But it was close.
It was close, and they were both under 10 million.
Neither one of them really put up a score.
That's right.
And we did see Trent sort of playing more strategically.
Yes, and certainly, of course, in the last round, Trent put up that unbelievable 95 million.
Right. So I don't know who's happier to see this game. Probably Trent may be happier.
I think that Trent was happy.
All right, to start the tiebreak, we see Joshua Henderson wiping down the flipper buttons and making a skill shot.
Hey, how about that? Kid's learning.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got a little bit of time between the games, and so there was probably some opportunity there for him to get a quick pickup on how to play Lord. And he's aiming for the ring again.
But he's not choosing his mode, and he gets, oh, man.
Well, it's the Witch King mode. This is the hardest mode there is. People basically don't even want to play this one. It's so hard.
So what do you have to do to finish this mode?
To finish this mode, you have to make a left ramp or left loop and then a one-timer to the right ramp to get points, at least significant points. So imagine War of the Ends, but you have to make 2 shots back-to-back to make it. And there it is. That's what he needs to do. And there it is again.
And you got a lock out of it, too.
That's incredible. Yeah, I mean, to get a significant amount of points. Look, he's already over 4 million. So there's high score in this mode. It's just so difficult that players blow it off.
Right.
And instead, Josh, back to the white down.
I mean, it is a way for him to score some points while he's lighting key.
And another skill shot. So clearly, he's playing the skill shot much differently than he played in his previous game. So there is some learning there, or in any case, He made a lot of shots right there. Now he needs to get back to it though. The Witch King is still there, and there's still a lot of points left to it in it. And with his shot accuracy, here it comes. Oh!
How long is that timer? It's gone.
The timer on the right ramp is like 2 seconds.
And he's got Gollum multi-ball.
That didn't count, but he's collected all the red rings from making shots. 5.7 million on the board. And you can see him there about to make another skill shot. That's 3.
That's right. He's got Gollum multi-ball lit right now, which may be useful during this mode, I guess. I'm not sure I would want to start it yet, but
I would want to line it up with 2 towers multi-ball, to be honest.
I would.
He's already got 2 locks, but there's a backhand into the Gollum. It begins.
That's right.
So there's some great rules in Gollum multi-ball. Basically, you get double playfield and half playfield.
And it's on a timer, so it switches back and forth between the two.
Good Gollum and bad Gollum.
And you can tell which one is active by looking at the Gollum light. If I have this correctly, I believe when it's blinking, it's double, and when it's solid, it's half.
That's right. So, and you can hear Gollum also saying nice things and bad things. So if he says something nice like, "We survived because of me," then it's bad and everything's cut in half.
And he's already got Ring Frenzy.
He got all the rings. This is incredible play. And he actually has 2 towers multi-ball lit on the right ramp.
And to get
That's a difficult time to drain.
Yeah.
Oh man.
To get Ring Frenzy with multi-ball would be a potentially huge pickup, but he still had a really good
ball.
first ball. Yeah.
That was an outstanding ball from Joshua Henderson. Better than anything we've seen from him in the previous game in this round. So that puts a little pressure on Trent. To be honest, I would have guessed Trent would maybe run away with this game.
Yeah.
But instead, we've seen Josh Henderson put up a great ball right when he needs to.
It's interesting because, you know, he used a strategy that I don't think any of us would probably use ourselves, but, you know, it worked out for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was deliberately picking that mode.
No.
I don't think anyone would step up to Lord of the Rings and say, well, you know what? I'm going to win by beating the crap out of Witch King right away. It's almost intimidating. It's like you're against someone and they beat you with Witch King, and you're just like, wow, this is amazing. And Trent taking a much more conventional strategy, starting War of the Ents. Same thing we saw from Carl D'Angelo and other players in the first game, trying to earn souls to get to Return of the King multi-ball.
I noticed that, again, unlike Carl... Oh, nice save there.
Good save
there.
No, that was just bad luck. You know, some players use a full slap save away, where I've seen some others where the slap save, the purpose of the slap save isn't to hit the ball away, it's to hit the ball like into the opposite slingshot or something to get control. And it's a variation, and that slap save is what caused the ball to go over there. No, nothing ball 2 from Josh Henderson.
Yeah,
he's
got the
got
flip
2 locks for 2 towers multi-ball. So if he can get the 3rd lock on ball 3, he could put up a bigger score here. But 11 million for Josh Henderson and only 2.5 million for Trent, who has missed the skill shot twice.
That's right. Which, you know, the potential for souls there, and, you know, at this point, an extra 500,000 points is nothing to sneeze at with these scores.
Yeah. He's backhanding the offering there, maybe either to get 2 towers or to get an opportunity for souls.
I'm guessing, you know, a little of both.
Yeah, so about 2,800 souls here, and he's just holding a flipper here. You earn souls until it hits something. So if you don't hit anything, you earn a few extra souls from it. Well, dangerous there, a bad catch on the right, the ball's out of control, but he's back.
Saw him miss a backhand to the right ramp there, which was almost certainly a result of him getting messed up by those 2 large rubbers there at the entrance to the ramp.
Yeah, it's definitely a harder shot, and I would still take the backhand over a straightaway forehand shot.
Oh, absolutely.
He seems to be having more success with the straightaway shot. 2 locks for Trent for 2 towers. Nice little grab on the left flipper there. I suppose at this point he'll probably want to go straight for that 2 towers opportunity.
I would assume so as well.
He's thinking about it. He may also be thinking about bringing in another mode.
Yeah. Does he started a mode last ball, and he doesn't get one lit at the beginning of this ball, right?
Right. He needs to complete the white rings, which is for him the left ramp. Oh, geez. Trent's saying, get out of there. There's a white ring. One more white ring will light the mode.
That's
Danger.
that's a really aggressive mood if that's what he's doing. Oh,
and it tilts.
man.
Wow, that was like that was sort of like you're done. You made it. You got the ball back.
Yeah.
And the bob just kept going. Wow. I mean, that was nasty.
If he was in fact trying to relight a mode there, I'm not sure I agree with that. The scores are low enough at this point that simply starting 2 towers would have been worth, a really significant amount of points.
And here comes Josh beginning Return of the King multi-ball.
That's right.
So that may also be a reason why Trent was more aggressive. He knows where Joshua is on his progress to the other multi-balls.
That's a good point.
It's actually it was pretty unlikely for him to end with like a 10 million.
Right.
Because he's going to go in there. He's got 3 out of 4 for the first level. There's the oh no, it isn't. There was another ball there and they collided. I guess the ball must have been trapped up there.
Oh, that's brutal.
You got the add ball here.
There we
3
go.
balls in play now. That's the completion of level 1.
And there's 7 levels, right?
There are 7 levels, but realistically, I don't expect anyone to get through all 7 levels in a game like this. But every time you finish a level, you get to relight everything at a higher value than it was before.
Right.
Good traps here. Needs the ramp shots, both left and right. I would actually, in that situation, backhand the right ramp and the right flipper.
Completely agree.
And it was costly there. He lost his accuracy, but 16 million now.
Yeah.
And a new no mode start. So that's again, that's a bit of game knowledge there.
Yeah, you didn't realize.
There just isn't a reason to shoot the ring right now.
Right.
You're not getting fellowship progress. You're not getting a mode start.
He did it again.
You're getting 87,000 points, I suppose. But what really needs to happen now, if Joshua wants to get rings, is shoot the loops. But really, what he should be doing is shooting ramps to get keep letters.
That's right, and he just
shot 2 locks towards 2 towers multi-ball.
I mean,
he just needs 2 more lanes. The right ramp here will give him a 3rd lane. Left ramp will give him a 4th lane, or even the loop shot. He's got mode start lit.
Now he does.
17 million on the board. Backhand the right ramp or shoot forehand the left hand? No! And it's drained. This will be a big bonus for getting into getting into Return of the King multi-ball. Extra 2 million there. So Joshua Henderson over 20 million at the end of ball 3.
And now Trent's got some work to do.
Trent has a some. This is ridiculous. This is a lot of work. And again, what we have on the line here is a spot in the final 4 at Pinburgh with this 1 ball from Trent Augustine. He drains now or any time between now and the end. He just started Return of the King multi-ball.
That's right. And he's very close to starting 2 towers after this as well. So
that's true. And you're right. He did not take the mode start. There was a mode start ready. But he made sure of starting the multi-ball.
Yeah.
And again, you could argue, well, why not? You need lots of points. Why not bring in that mode? But the mode will be ready afterwards. And
that's right.
2 towers is near. You may as well get that. Triple stack on the right. Nice. This is usually a case where a post transfer will send the ball over to the left.
Is there a name for that?
The Trent pose? I don't know. Nice jack
there we go.
Good separation.
He's got 1 more for this level.
And this is a really careful, controlled multi-ball play. Good live cats there. Bad luck to drain 1 ball out. He can advance to level 2. And he's hit the add ball from the Palantir. So it's back to 3. And he's cashed into 4x jackpots. Another jackpot. Another jackpot. Whoa.
Oh, well done.
That's great. All 4 jackpots right there. That was 3 million total for those jackpots, and he's on to level 3. Oof.
Got Palantir
very, very pretty stuff here.
What would Palantir give him now?
Palantir will give him generally crappy stuff like multipliers. And
Right.
the
Now
best case scenario is a 10-second ball saver. But backhanding the right ramp, definitely a move here.
And he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. I don't know if both players have just felt like the backhand is too hard.
It's nice because you get the backhand and then you get a free feed to the right flipper for another one of the shots, and you know.
Yeah, you'd have them all relit at that point, so
That's
you could just pot shot the inner loop and then the left ramp. So I'm not sure, but I'm not playing this game, and it's pressure too. You know, you go with what's worked. In this game, he's been able to make the left ramp from the left flipper, and not so much from the right flipper.
Right, and so you want to go with what feels comfortable.
And also there, what we saw right there is an example of player patience. He just waited for that second ball to come so he can do a cradle separation, rather than try to flip away and deal with two balls moving at once. So again, we're going to see it there, and he's a little mad at himself for
missing that shot so
missing
badly.
that shot. But get the separation, and if it doesn't work out, you try again.
Do it again. Yep.
There's just pretty low risk. It's going to bounce off that ball and over. Very nice.
God.
And the humanity.
And after that, it's like it becomes so hard to remain patient in this situation because you're starting to get frustrated. You just want to move on. And he finally makes a shot.
All right, so he is now at about 15 million. If he makes maybe this next level, completes it all, he's going to probably win right here. He's looking through, trying to find out what the score is. 14.4 million. And Josh Henderson just over 20 million. That's a backhanded jackpot.
Yeah, that was
for
great.
1.6.
Oh!
Bad luck there. Where is he now? He's going to be at 16.
Could be at 16, yeah.
8. Now, he does get a bonus for being in Return of the King, and it depends on what level you made. So he really could make 11 million out of Return of the King multi-ball. That was solid. And he started a mode, the Shelob mode. This is actually a good idea because it's quick points. He actually already made a shot before the thing has even told him what's going on. So 17 million now, 17.6, and I would not be shaking the machine right now if I were Trent. 500,000, that's 18.
There's another 15.
Oh, that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, he's yeah. The crowd knows it. The crowd knows he's right there.
Yep.
And he
There's
has
another
got
shot.
it on the points.
And he started 2 towers.
Started 2 towers multi-ball. Crowd is saluting him because they know that he's got the points now to beat Josh Henderson just on the board. And at this point, this is victory laps. Either play out for a little while or maybe even just to finish out the Shelob mode. But, wow.
Well done by Trent to come back.
What a clutch ball, man. This is outstanding clutch play by Trent to finish off the Shelob mode. One more shot to go. It does need to play this out, but it's kind of a fun thing to try and finish the mode you're working on. There it is. And wow, just outstanding play for Trent Augustine, and he will advance to the Pinburgh final. Pretty tough break for Josh Henderson, who played well.
Yeah, but a really impressive last ball by Trent.
performance.
I mean, especially in that sequence where he just, kept his patience and kept his cool during Return of the King just to progress and do exactly what he needed to do. In that pressure situation, it's good play.
Yeah, in that situation where he was basically trapped with the 2 balls on the right, trying to get a ball out and make that right ramp.
Yeah.
He needed, I think, 5 tries at that.
Yeah.
But to just stay patient, stay in the moment, and relax, and eventually make the shot, that was critical, and that was where it was at for him. So we'll see Trent Augustine in the final 4, along with Carl D'Angelo, and they too will advance to the finals. We're going to go look at Group Y next to see who wins the other semifinal. Thanks a lot for watching, and we hope to see you at a Popper Pinburgh tournament soon.
Thank you.